one. And we're live, baby.
What's up?
We're here. We're back.
We never went anywhere.
We never went everywhere. We never went anywhere.
It's all your
fault. We just
fault.
hadn't streamed. What is going on, everybody?
What's up, everyone? If you don't know, this is the Super Critical FPV live stream. My name is DadBodDadBod. I'm joined by Dan Z. Dan Z, how's it going, man?
Great. I am great. I mean, aside from the weather being absolute shit, I got my freshly poured adult bevy.
Is it not?
And
yeah.
And today I got myself a little something special.
Those are I want to talk about those, but
I'm psyched.
I didn't even know that it was that bad outside. I mean, I know it's cold, but I haven't left my house. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. I had to go. I tried to get dinner yesterday for the family. I'm trying to contribute. I've been sick. For those of you who don't know, since Tuesday of last week. I can't believe I'm still sick. But I definitely didn't want to not do the stream tonight. So happy to be here. And Dan, kind of not sure. You haven't been around. You did leave for the holidays. You got a chance to get out of the cold.
A little bit, yep.
But didn't fly. So
no.
It's cool. I'm not judging. It's cool.
Listen, sometimes you have to put the drones down, and you just got to go on a family vacation and not bring that element in. You know what I mean? Because I knew if I went on a family vacation and I brought my quads with me,
yeah,
I would always be looking out for things to fly, and I would always be wanting to go out and fly, and I was like, maybe I should just allow myself to be there with the fam fully, and I don't regret the decision. I regret it a little bit because there was some sick stuff.
Yeah.
There's some Arizona's cool, man. Lots of cool stuff that seems like you could fly over there, but
yeah,
I wouldn't change it.
I
do want to go back.
I get the decision.
Yeah.
And I definitely as someone who's brought his gear like everywhere for like the last 4 years, I know how that works, and I haven't been bringing it nearly as much this year, so I get both sides. But I'm glad that you got a chance to get out of the cold. Arizona's dope this time of year.
Arizona, don't get me wrong, I was surprised by Arizona I always thought it was just desert for the most part, but you get to Phoenix and it's kind of desert, right? And then you start driving a little north, and then all of a sudden you get forests.
Yeah.
You drive a little further north, and then you get the Grand Canyon, and it was pretty damn cold at the Grand Canyon. I did go stargazing at night at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, word?
It was super cold. I will say that I did not see the Milky Way the same way we saw it at West Coast Throwdown. It was more prevalent at West Coast Throwdown. But I saw way more shooting stars.
There was a lot of shooting stars at West Coast.
There were a lot of shooting stars at the Grand Canyon.
There
was a lot.
Yeah, Arizona's crazy because everyone thinks Arizona desert, but there's some of the best snowboarding I've ever done was in Arizona. There's a place called the Arizona Snow Bowl, which is like 2 hours away from Phoenix because you get out of that valley. Because I used to live in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
And so, like outside of Flagstaff, there's this place. And if you're on the internet watching us, you should Google it. It's Arizona Snow Bowl. That place is sick. Like you get altitude sickness and everything. But speaking of people on the internet, I want to say what's up to people in the chat. Of course, always to Jinx FPV, the silent third member of Super Critical.
And we have to, and we're putting it out in blast right now, but we need to have a chat with you, Jinxie boy.
Yeah.
We need to talk we need to talk about an upcoming event.
You're not in trouble. The way Dan said that sounds like you're in trouble. Your dues are late, Jinx.
Your dues are late.
We need to have a conversation.
No, we are having another video contest in the works on the horizon, and with our good friends over at Fly High FPV.
Yep.
And this time we brought Jinx in, and we're gonna get some things sorted for the next one, so it's the best possible video contest that we can put out.
Yeah, because we're besides just wanting to become better FPV pilots, we also want the live stream to be as good as possible. So things that are getting discussed are, excuse me, how do we streamline the live stream? And I would love to solicit the audience. The thing that Dan and I are constantly trying to figure out is how do we somehow get real-time scoring on the videos as we watch them. So rather than having to watch them a second time when folks are supposed to click on the link and then they go to the Google form, which if you're on a mobile phone, that takes you away from the stream and then come back. How do we just streamline that so I guess as you're watching the video, you can score it, and maybe change your mind. Like if you thought in the first 30 seconds that, they're not moving as fast as possible or as fast as I think they should, and you score them a 2, but then by the end they're just ripping balls, you'd be able to be like, oh no, I take that back, and now it's a 4. That would be cool if you could do all that in real time. So if you folks have ideas on how we might be able to accomplish that, I'd love to hear them. Hit us up at supercriticalfpv at gmail.com. That's probably the best way. We would love to get ideas there. And we want to use that kind of idea as we kind of roll forward with some of the stuff we're doing Fly High and then some. So audience participation required.
And then again, shouting out the people in the chat. Squints FPV joining us. What's up, Squints?
So Squints. Sergio's out there.
He's a ripper.
Sergio's out there. Have Drone Will Fly. What's up?
Flexo. I saw FPVG in the chat earlier, I believe. From across the pond.
Yeah. It's
Absolute Shredder. F-Core is in there.
Danish Stallion.
Hell yeah. Nay!
Maddie's Drone World.
Dude.
GFO.
What?
Nice audience today.
Crowd. So
what a crowd, yeah.
So before we get into audience videos, I always like to kick it off. Austin Inspired joining us. What's up, homie?
Brendan Spencer are out there as well.
Hell
Remedy.
Yeah.
What up?
I like to highlight a couple pilots out there. So I have more than usual. So I'm gonna let the audience decide. I'm trying to think. Okay, so the first 2 are kind of spangy. So I need to know. I want to see in the chat. It's going to be random to everybody. Option 1 or option 2. So just I'm going to give this about 30, 40 seconds and just type in a 1 or a 2 in the chat. And then based off of whichever one I see more of is which one we're going to watch. So find that keypad.
Chat.
Find that keypad, chat. Hit me with a 1 or a 2. I guess I will say this. 1 is a new pilot you probably haven't seen. Number 2 is a pilot whose motors you might have purchased at some point. I got. Ooh, it's dead even. Ooh, we're going new. All right, I'm looking at the timer right now. I'm going to give this another 20 seconds. 420, that's an even number, so we'll count that as a 2, Fly High.
This is the most exciting
20
part
seconds.
of my day. That's any indicator
5,
of how my day
4,
is.
3, 2, 1. All right, I'm closing it. So 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1.
Total score 24 out of 30.
2. So we're going with Pilot 2. Pilot 2 My friends, coming up right now.
Ooh.
Blackbird FPV. Fly like it's 2018 again.
Nice.
I do not want to fly like it's 2018 because I could barely even take off.
Dépêche-toi. Pas transition. T'as rien vu venir. Pac, suite de transition. Oh là là. Regardez. Oh, il est juste tombé plus bas. Oh, et sinon Damien, la nature, tu la respectes toujours ou pas? Mais nique sa mère la nature, gros. Vas-y,
I love it.
C'est bien ça du proxy, hein? Ta grand-mère la pute. So, Mr. Alexandre Coco,
So,
what you
Blackbird
gonna do
is someone
in
I've never
Jurassic
really
today?
watched. I'm aware of him,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'd ever watched a video from him before.
Do we know which one Blackbird is? Has he been on camera?
I couldn't tell you,
Neither could I.
but I watched like a minute of this, and yeah, this
Really
is
dark.
pretty spank-tastic. At least what I believe to be spank.
We've been talking about Spang for 6 months, and we're still not sure if we can identify.
I'm pretty sure this is spank. This is spank, right?
I'll go with you.
But the vibe is on point. Like, the color, everything. My man's knows. He knows that you do 90-degree shutter. He knows you lock your exposure. Knows how to cut it together, color it, and he knows how to fly really, really well. Okay, so Goldfinger Operator is saying that dude is the OG Spank Gang. Oh, it looks crispy because it's a red. I wonder how much of this they were filming with the red. Oh, look at this, hyper smooth. Now, was this? I'm wondering if this was the red or if that. No, that's not the red.
What if it is the red?
Ah, damn.
Oh, yeah, right?
Then that rig is dialed. Damn, look at how beautiful that water is right now. Brent and Spencer, what's going on, dude? Big Water UAV Solutions, welcome to the stream.
What?
This is really good.
Is there anything that you like, is it, I know that it's all good, right? The flying's good, color's good, camera, I guess, is there anything, like, what really sticks out? Like, if you had to pick, like, the single characteristic of the video that really appeals to you, you know, what is it? Just how it's put together,
Well,
the editing.
I hope this isn't like a cop-out, but it's like the whole package.
Yeah, okay.
It's like everything. Like the flying is sick, but then the way everything is cut together, the vibe he captured up front.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
fun.
The jokes, the boom transition, like, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy swinging out from behind the tree, like just all around, the whole package is awesome. It's
I am
awesome.
so bad at being motivated to capture any of the B-roll that I love so much in video, like FPV videos. Like those are some of my favorite parts of like who was there and what was the vibe like.
Yeah.
And when I'm out, because at this point at this point I only fly real drones with other people. I never like can just take out my phone and just start filming stuff. Like I'm so bad at doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, listen, yeah, that's it's like a thing, right? Not everybody feels motivated to get the camera out and start filming stuff. It's okay. That's okay.
But it's like my favorite part, right? Like
Yeah.
like it's a
But it's work, and when
yeah.
you're in there in the moment, and I go out and I film B-roll for stuff too, but I don't do it every time because it's it's work.
Well, yeah, it's work when you're at a location doing because the flying is so much fun, you
Hmm.
know, and to
Hmm.
take a break from the fun to collect the thing, I think is that's I don't have the discipline to do that. Um,
I think what's helped me, I feel like generally when I do go out and film B-roll, I tend to have an idea of something that I want to capture or try before I even get out into this spot. Um, Sometimes I'll just go and I'll film B-roll in the moment if I kind of feel like it. Um, and it's hard. Usually it doesn't come together the way I think it will. But like for instance, there was a video I put out, I think maybe last, that there was a compilation of a bunch of B-rolls that I had captured that at the time I didn't know what to do with, but when I decided to do the whole kind of like video zine thing, it made sense. So I don't know.
so are we
Uh,
watching a second one or
we're
was
watching a second one. We're
okay?
watching
Perfect.
a second one. All right, so this one is also going out to the audience. Option 1 and 2. Now I'm gonna say, option 1 is gonna be a 5-inch rip. Option 2 is going to be a tiny whoop rip. Now I'm gonna say I don't want to lead it too much, but the tiny whoop rip is pretty sick. So, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna give it. Let's see where we at. I'm gonna give it about 45 seconds from the time this starts. Option 1 for the 5-inch. Option 2 for the tiny whoop.
All right, you guys go vote. So you were telling me
Ick,
like right before
Icky Sacks. Oh, sorry, Icky Sack. You're voting 1,000 times. 1. That counts as 1.
um right before we started the stream, you showed me those goggles. So and I said that my biggest concern is the fit because Fat Sharks don't fit me. The DJI goggles V1 and V2 fit me great. And it's just because of the shape of my face and my head. So tell me about the the new goggle twos from a
Well, I got
fit
a
standpoint.
I got a big stupid head, big basketball head, and I will say that on the outer sides here,
Yeah.
it's a little bit looser, but the front part sits pretty like firm against my face.
So, but Fat Sharks, because I know that the orcas have a similar mold to the Fat Sharks.
Uh huh.
Do Fat Sharks and orcas fit your face?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do the DJI V1 and V2s fit your face?
So the V1s were like, I mean, I had the thing where I could see out underneath my nose, and I'd have that bit of light leak that could come in from the side if you've got the stock foam.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that fit my face.
So, do you think the fit is comparing the DJI V1s to the DJI Goggle 2s, the new ones?
Uh huh.
Are they better fitting?
I would. I don't really know how to answer that. I would say it is better fitting for. I guess it feels a little more form fit to my
Okay.
face, only slightly. But I don't. It's nice. It's nice.
Have you used them yet? Have you?
No, all I've done was like charge the battery, plugged them in, and then like adjusted the focus and whatever.
Yeah.
The picture quality from what I've seen on the splash screen and whatnot is really nice. I went through the tutorial for the like little swipey touchscreen menu system. Yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. I'm very excited to get my O3 air unit up and running and try flying in 1080. I think it's going to be dope. Okay.
Yeah, dope.
Let's count. Let me see. I'm going to count what the score is here. 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so I'm going to double check. Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie. 5-5.
I want to see the Whoop one.
The Whoop one.
Yeah.
The Whoop one it is.
Yeah.
There's this guy. There's this guy, Infinity Loops.
Guys, Heads here from
if you
Infinity
haven't
Loops,
seen him,
today is Wednesday, which means we are out
his whole
looking
channel
for a place to
is revolving around
where
Whoop
will we
stuff.
this Wednesday.
And
so far,
he does some really impressive freestyle with the Whoop, I gotta say.
It looks pretty neat. There's a little ATM that's all jacked up. It's got some broken things. So I'm going to throw a lipo in, and we'll take off and see how this works out. I also saw there's a pretty cool tall sign.
And actually, there was something I saw
nice,
when I watched this that I was like, ooh, I want to emulate
I'm doing something with that, though, for sure. I've already taken the Fractal Engineering Wingman and just flown around the property a little bit, just to kind of see if I could spot any little nooks or crannies that might be fun for freestyling. Also, to give you some HD footage so you can see what this place looks like real nice. So I'm going to throw some packs in the Whoop, and let's see what we can do at this little bank.
Jinx says he loves Heads' flying.
Baby.
So you don't get this sexy HD, but like, I watch this, and I'm like, I can't believe how well Whoops can fly. Trippy to reverse trippy to a roll in there.
Do you know if this is a 1S or 2S move?
I don't know. Jinx, do you happen to know? Is this a 1S move? I want to say it's a 1S because I believe a majority of his stuff revolves around 1S. Yeah, Jinx is saying 1S. I don't know how to say this guy's name in the chat. Icky Sack? Itchy Sack?
Itchy Sack, that sounds right.
Hey, you Itchy Sack FPV? I think he's bailing. He sees the analog footage and he's like, no thanks. But dude is ripping on a Whoop.
I think if we could kind of break the HD on a 1S or 2S like Whoop, like plastic frame or whatever, that would be a game changer. If enough people adopted it, you could do like indoor freestyle contests throughout the year.
It's gonna happen. I mean, the Avada, they're putting out that 1S VTX, and that thing does, I believe, a 1080 HD feed. So, yeah.
I think that would be. But I was thinking about it as we were getting ready for the stream today. I was like, is digital the worst thing that happened to FPV? Because
why would digital be the worst thing that ever happened?
Because
it's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it's 100% looks awesome, and I was an early adopter, and the big reason I haven't flown smaller, like not the only, but a big reason I haven't flown smaller rigs is because I no longer want to fly analog. But analog was a universal protocol. Like if you were flying at one point, if you were flying FPV, you were flying analog, and that was it. And so it was on your micros, it was on your Cinewhoops, it was on your freestyle rigs, it was on your long range. And everyone can share, and it was like really easy to go to community events.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Whereas now we go down this path of digital and we get more and more splits of pilots who because many pilots can't afford multiple protocols, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's,
So what you bringing that up reminds me of, I was watching Fly Zone Drones podcast live stream the other day, and Brad was telling the story of how he got into it, and he was saying he was sitting at his desk. His desk had a picture window, and he would see someone ripping a 5-inch quad out there periodically, like on their breaks or whatever. And he said that he went out and he got himself like a headset or whatever, and he tuned in to the video feed to try to figure out who the hell it was that was flying and where they were flying from, so he could go say what's up. So that's kind of interesting, right? With DJI, it's definitely not that simple. I mean, with the V1 goggles, you could do audience mode.
Sure.
Not as easily as with analog. I don't know with the goggles 2 what it's going to be like. So,
like, how many different digital protocols are there? I mean, like, there's analog and then there's DJI, right? So that's 2.
There's Avatar, the walk snail system, and then there's HD0. There's been talks about Orca doing an HD thing,
but currently
I haven't.
4.
Currently 4.
So that's, I don't know. So that's kind of like so my dreams of like having indoor whoop contests, it would have to be a clear choice. It'd have to be a clear winner of like, yes, this is the protocol that people use in their whoops in order, because then we could go back to the skate park and set up courses there, and you know what I'm saying, like late night Saturday freestyle comps with highly capable whoops in the dead of winter. Sounds like a sick, awesome time.
That would be sick. We did a whoop race recently, and me and Brad Jenks FPV kind of called out a little freestyle maneuver to do at the thing. I don't know if either one of us got it. I know I didn't get it. I don't know if Brad ended up getting it, but yeah, something like that would be cool.
A boy can dream. A boy can dream.
Shall we do the thing?
Let's do the thing.
Shall we do our thing that we do forevermore? What's up, baby? Welcome to the live stream.
The wolf. All right. So let's get into the meat of the show. The randomizer has chosen Lord Wolf as our first. So let me.
Lord Wolf. Oh man, it's been a minute since we've had Lord Wolf on here.
It's been a minute since we live streamed. Did everyone have a nice Thanksgiving? I forgot to ask.
Yeah, that's a thing that happened.
That's a thing.
Thanksgiving.
Did everyone enjoy? I hope everyone got a chance to enjoy themselves. All right, so I do this. How does this work? I go like that, then I go like this. All right, so this is for scoring, and until we figure out a better way to do it, we're gonna watch it once, and then I'll put a link in the chat. You folks click on the link. We watch it again for timing. We watch 2 minutes, and then we come back to the stream and talk about it. So FPV one shot, one take. Ooh, at haunted attraction. I love it.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Different. Going back to October.
It's time to let your nightmare begin.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool.
Dude, this place looks awesome.
It's so big. That's what she said. It's really large.
Whoa.
Oh, I'd expect that dude to be there. Whoa, this place is cool.
Oh, they had the hay ride for the family.
If they have the haunted corn maze, that's awful and awesome. Whoa, why is this place so large?
It's amazingly large. Look at this.
Bro.
Wherever this is, they
the shit out of this
love Halloween.
case. Dude.
Dare to return. Oh.
That was fun. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
That was fun. All right, so it was
That was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I want to watch it again, just because that location's so interesting. So, in the chat,
Where is Field of Screams? Does anybody know where Field of Screams is? Because that looks super cool.
All right, chat has the link. You folks go vote.
Yeah, get in there, vote. Let
Give some feedback.
Yeah, let
Lord Wolf
know what you think of his video.
All right, and we'll watch this one again. Field of Screams. I'm gonna look it up.
Field of Screams.
It's huge.
It is huge. It's quite the setup.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Is it always open? I feel like this place is so big. We would always.
Man, I would love to go to this. Field of Screams is in 4 different locations, he thinks. Okay. This looks like a pretty, permanent setup. I'm just enjoying this the second time around again.
Yeah. I think it's really well done. I heard some of the crows while we were in the corn. I think this is super. To my untrained eye, this looks really well done. I mean...
Oh, I missed the guy chasing the girl the first time around. I don't know how I must have been paying attention to something else.
Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
Nice job, Lord Wolf. All right, we got 5 responses.
Okay, I gotta say, because I believe one of the last times we saw Lord Wolf post something, he posted a show reel.
Yeah,
right?
it was real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I gotta
assumed
say
it was a reel.
Yeah, I gotta say that this is definitely a step in the right direction for doing a job to get you more jobs.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
You executed it really well. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's see what people got to say.
Sweet. So intentionality 5, speed 3.5.
That's a hard one to judge, right?
Yeah. Difficulty 3, variety 3.5, originality 5. Well, hold on. So we got, what was it? You got the variety was a 3.5 when I called it, and now it's a 4.
Okay.
Did you have a
well, the difficulty thing.
Was it
difficulty? No, it wasn't. It was the difficulty thing.
Okay, so difficulty we're now at a 4.
Because difficulty of flying the gaps and whatever, right, might not be the most difficult. However, what you have to take into account is the fact that they organized moving parts, right?
Yeah.
The guy chasing the girl coming out, right? When the guy comes and grabs when the scarecrow comes and grabs the drone at the end, that's a whole different thing outside of our normal bounds of what we would be voting on. But yeah, that's a different type of difficulty.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you read on the score card, like how hard are the maneuvers of the drone, how much risk is being taken. That's like the scorecard was built for a traditional freestyle video scoring.
Sure.
So I guess if you're scoring it from that perspective, sure, a 3.5, like, maybe even less, right? Because a lot of long straight lines and gaps, but not a lot of like the super complicated tricks. But if you look at it from the viewpoint of just to produce the footage which feeds the video, there's a lot of complexity here, so it's not lost on us, Lord Wolf. All right,
maybe we need to update. We should talk about maybe doing like a thing for cinema, because we have gotten a good amount of cinematic
like a different kind of score form.
Yeah, or updating our descriptions for the scores to kind of accommodate for cinematic. That's something we could talk about at a different time.
With Jinx.
Yeah.
With Jinx, we have to talk to you. Your views are originality 5, production 5, je ne sais quoi point. Yes, and love that there were some scary people too, not just an empty place. Awesome production. I do have to say, the first watch through, that was my favorite part. It wasn't like, I thought it would be an empty park, and then we get surprised by the first person.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then color grade on point. One take. Love the choreography. Boo! Did I scare you? The score might. Tough scoring on for this kind of video. Okay, I think we addressed that.
Yeah.
Yay! Need a cinematic form or other category. All 5s. I enjoyed this huge level up. I do think that this is a level up for sure from the last Lord Wolf thing we had the pleasure of seeing. So, total score is 5, 9, 13, 17, 22, 27, 28.
Oh,
out of a 30. That's heavyweight score there.
And you know what? I'm gonna keep rubbing these together till we get that.
Digital and analog.
Well
nice job,
done. Well done, Lord Wolf.
Fun
that was
times.
good.
That was really fun.
Can we do one more victory lap on that one? I want to see that again. I did enjoy that. I have like the aspirational wish list things, right? But I know, given, like, for one, I wish this was like at night or at dusk, just to fit the creepy mood a little more. But you get in there when you get in there. Plus the limitations of the GoPro. That's a whole different thing. One of the things that I think is really, really good about this, and it had to do a lot with the way we were reacting to it. We were talking about how big this place is, and that is such like a great advertisement for this place. You know what I mean? It's really showing that there's a lot to be done here. So, like, this is it's just a nice bit of content for his client. The house. It just looks so wild.
And it builds, right? So towards the end, we get more people flying. There's more action. So it remains interesting to watch. And he shouts out funnel cakes. So I've noticed every single time. It's a fun way to end it too. Nice job, Will.
Nice. Yeah,
All
very
right.
nice job.
All right, moving on. Up next, F-Core. F-Core, a new pilot.
F-Core?
Never heard of
Who's
F-Core.
this guy?
I don't know. F-Core. Scrolling through, trying to find your video. There we go. P-Rock. Pirate Frames Hook V2 F-Core approved is the name of the video.
Interesting.
is F Core official?
Yeah.
Okay. So F Core approves of pirate frames.
F-Core likes flying P-Rot.
Is it P-Rot?
Well, there's no E.
When I heard the Oregon guys say it, I think they were saying pirate.
It's
I don't
pirate.
know. Is it
Translated, it's pirate.
pirate?
French. In French, it's Pirat.
This is our scoring, so everyone pay attention. So I think this is because F-Core I think very rarely uses stabilization, and so
Yeah, I don't think he stabilizes.
and but I think that would be a challenge, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Do you notice the crash into the tree?
I did. That was a cool transition.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get a little mad watching F-Core videos. He's too damn good.
It's very good.
He's so dialed, and like he just like on every pack, he's really sick. I get jealous. I wish I had that much control. I'm a little more Jackie Chan about some of my flight lines. Jackie Chan in the film world, you know, he will famously, because he doesn't want to, like, if there's a stunt or an intricate gag, he doesn't want to cut. He doesn't want to, like, you know, make life easier and cut the gag up into multiple shots.
Yeah.
He wants it all in one take.
Yes.
And he will do 200 takes if that's what it requires to land it. You know what I mean? So that's the difference.
Okay, so my question before we watch that, right? With the props in view, if you are a person who uses stabilization, that means the props would keep on swinging in and out, forcing you to zoom even further into the image.
Yeah.
But is that what PDevX does? Because he flies Pirate too, and I know he uses stabilization. So,
but he doesn't use ultra wide.
Oh.
F-Core uses ultra wide on the Action too.
Oh, okay. So is PDevX using like a linear and then?
No, he uses super view.
Super view?
But ultra wide is wider than super view.
Oh, okay.
To kind of answer for it, GoPro introduced hyper view on this new line of cameras, which is basically ultra wide.
Got it.
So you get much more in the frame with ultra wide.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Anyway, before we play it again, I'm pausing. That's only 1:30. That was a short one, but that's all right. Voting form is in the chat. If you're watching and you saw that, please click on that link and give F-Core your votes. Let the man know what you think.
I know that I never shine for you. I hope that she can be there to save you. I bet you she can be there to save you.
So at this point, I mean, F-Core is a 3-time? Is he a 3-time perfect scorer?
I've lost count. I think it's 3 or 4.
I don't really have too much to offer in terms of criticisms on this, because there's a lot of things, aside from the skill, there's a lot of things that are going right in this, you know. Time of day, he chose really great clips to cut together. Color looks nice. I'm into it. I would say again, if there was one thing I would do to add to this video, being that it's talking about, like, the title is talking about the Pirate Frames hook. We don't see the hook.
Oh yeah.
Where's the hook?
Just a shot
Show
of
me
the
the
quad.
hook.
Yeah, that's really great feedback.
Show me the hook.
Show me.
But other than that, sick, bro.
Yeah, nice
Sick,
video.
bro.
Always on point. Skills to pay the bills. All right. I have 5 responses.
5. That's good.
All right, here we go. Intentionality 5, speed 5, difficulty 5, variety 4, originality 5, production 4.5, genetic
Shut
quad
up.
yes.
Shut up.
Not a leaf out of place 666. That's all I have to say. Fire and strong emoji. Perfect, dude. And another vote came in, so that might change things. But here we go. 5, 10, 15, 19,
Yep.
24,
Huh?
28,
Say it.
29 out of a possible 30. Nice job.
No.
F4. Should we do a double count? 5, 10, 15, 19, 24, 29, 30, 5, 10, 15, 19, 24, 29. I'm glad I counted again. 30.
28.
What?
28.
Fuck it up. Oh, 28. 28. 20.
Yeah,
That's
29. It is 29.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Those lipos are smoking because this shit is fire!
Did you rewrite those or something? How do you come up with those?
I don't. I just.
That's incredible.
It's in the moment, bro.
That's
Off the dome.
That's
Off
incredible.
the dome.
That's a skill that you need to.
In
You need to leverage that.
In the past life, I might have been a really terrible freestyle rapper.
With my simile game. My simile game's on point. Nice job, F-Core.
Yeah, that's great. Always a pleasure to watch a F-Core video.
All right. Up next.
Who we got next?
Brent and Spencer FPV have been selected.
Are these two people? Brent and Spencer?
Brent uses the left stick and Spencer uses the right stick, and they fly mode 3.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's amazing.
All right, here we go. Brent and Spencer. Oh, I see. Is it a father-son duo? That's super cute. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm just thinking of that from the thumbnail.
Okay.
But this one's called the 6S Quad Kid 5-inch FPV drone freestyle around a local park.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. Was that the punch we just saw?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty trees. Oh, is this off the air unit?
Yeah. I would like to know if Brent and Spencer are still in the chat. I saw them earlier. What is, I guess I want to know kind of like, you know, your history with FPV and how long you've been in it. Again, I would like a little more context for what it is we're seeing here. Cool little spot.
Oh yeah, the air unit does record audio, doesn't it?
Does it? I guess it does. I
It
don't
does.
know.
I think it. Yeah, I think it does.
I have never ever
Neither have I.
recorded off my air unit.
Neither have I. It increased in earlier firmwares. It increased latency.
To record audio?
No, to record on the air unit, and as soon as you hit record, it added like two or 3 milliseconds of latency.
Got you.
That's why.
Okay. We're a little past the 2:30 mark.
Sorry, didn't mean to cough. That was supposed to be the mute button. All right. Sweet. So let me get this.
Okay. Austin Spired has shed a little light. It is Spencer flies, Dad controls the tube.
Nice.
Got you.
Makes sense.
Let's see. So that's cool. Let's get the voting form in. I have a couple of thoughts. First off, awesome, man. To me, this seems like someone that is new-ish, potentially, to flying, but it seems like he's got a pretty dang good grasp on his controls, right?
Let's play the video again for time,
Yeah.
and then so. And Dan and I were talking about this before we start the video and give commentary. We've noticed that the more entry level pilots, less feedback from the audience, and the like. It's and I think it's what we've noticed. The trend is like the really advanced pilots get a lot of feedback because it's fun to talk about something that's incredible, which is awesome because people are. But it would be awesome if the newer pilots could get just as much feedback, because I think, honestly, they probably are in more need of the feedback. And I don't think it's about giving them inflated numbers. I think it's just being honest. You know, it's all about if I think Brent's the pilot, right? Or is
Brent
Spencer?
or Spencer. I think
Yeah.
Spencer. Yeah.
I think
the
that
pilot.
they come, they came and submitted here to see like, hey, what are the things that we can work on if I'm the dad, and I was in a similar situation, I'd be like, yeah, I would love to be able to coach my kid on like maybe some things to help him develop. So please hit the form. We'll go watch it and give our own commentary. So anyways, Dan Z, you're saying?
So I had
Yeah.
3 things to
Yeah.
say. 1, heck yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's not really feedback. That's just hell yeah. Like, cool. Great to see someone else getting into the hobby, having fun. And that's awesome. That something that he's doing with his pops. That's great father-son time. Second thing, and this is something that we always stress, getting close and low to stuff. That's something that you want to work on right now. In this video, there's a lot of really safe, conservative flying high above the trees. But you want to start getting low and flying underneath the canopies of the trees and really starting to learn how to control yourself underneath there. So that's 2. And then number 3 is you're doing a lot of like flinging to throttle chop, and definitely want to see you riding that throttle a bit more. And when you're doing a lot of this stuff, flinging yourself high above the trees, it doesn't become as apparent. But when you start flying more proxy style stuff and you start doing more power loops and that sort of thing, always riding the throttle is going to be beneficial. It's going to make you faster, but it's also going to make the footage more impressive.
I agree with. Hold on, I'm gonna cough. Gotta get spirits out there. All right, so I rarely do this, but I agree with all of Dan's comments, and those are recurring kind of themes that I've talked about in the past. But on my YouTube channel, I have a series of shorts. I think the series is called "Get Good at FPV Freestyle," and I just kind of encapsulated all of the kind of recurring themes that we saw on the show. One of them being fly low. Like a good skill to have is being able to fly really close in straight lines across the ground. That teaches you a bunch of things about throttle control. And so like they're really short, like I think they're like each is under a minute long. But if you're looking for just like basic things, because the pilot here is showing he knows how to control a drone. And it's like, okay, well, now that you know how to control a drone, how do you get to the next level if you're really interested in FPV freestyle? And that's what that series is meant to do, is like give you like little things to work on in every session that will hopefully allow you. Whoa, missed that.
I tore the balance leads.
That's awesome. Help you kind of make your sessions more productive, so you don't feel like, oh, we're just kind of doing the same thing in the same place. So my YouTube channel is DadBodDadBod, and you'll find it there. Let's look at some audience scores. We went long on that one. That's cool.
Yeah, real quick, just to address that last bit of balance lead chop in there, a rubber band is going to help you with that. Rubber band or one of those like silicone party bands, or I got turned on to this tactical rubber bands. You basically wrap it around the lipo and then tuck the balance lead underneath the rubber band, and then it will protect you from smashing it against the pavement or getting it cut up in the props or whatever.
Yeah. Pro tip.
Little tippy tip.
Little pro tip.
Let's see.
All right. So, 4 responses: intentionality 3, speed 3, difficulty 2, variety 3, originality 2, production 2. Oh, my other tip was throw some music on there, like even if it's low or whatever. Like music just helps, just it's the viewing experience. It's, so just throw some music in there.
And I will say, you watch someone like Steele, he doesn't put music on his flight videos, but in place of music, he does a commentary.
Yeah.
So generally, you want something a little more on the video rather than just the sound of the quad.
Yeah. And having said that, I know that you can make a very obnoxious choice on music, but and that could actually hurt. But I think 9 times out of 10, just having some music, just as background is helpful. Production 2, je ne sais quoi, yeah, buddy. And then any other feedback for this video? Impressed with his age, keep flying. And I feel like at 11, you probably don't have a lot of cash laying around for extra parts. So I respect the caution.
Sure.
I'm very mature.
Fair.
Very mature. All right. Let's give you a total, Brent and Spencer. 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 15, 16 out of a possible 30. Good score. I think this is the first video we've seen from Brent and Spencer, no?
I think that's the first one. I believe so.
I think so. So thank you very much for submitting.
Nice,
we love to see the progress. The progress is the fun part.
Yeah, and I hope Spence is having fun, and I hope Brent, who I believe is the dad, is enjoying the time spent with the kiddo. Man, that's cool.
It's a very cool. One person flies, one person controls the YouTube. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Can you control my YouTube, Dan, and I just do the flying? Because that would be sweet. We'll do a Dan and Franco.
For only if wait, no, but in that instance I would have to be your dad.
Yeah, you be the dad.
No, you got the camper van. I want you to be the dad.
You don't want me to control your YouTube channel. Nothing will ever get posted. All right, moving on. Blaze.
Blaze.
I would ask you to tell me how to say it, but I just forget. So I'm gonna go with Blaze. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Blaze has been selected by the randomizer.
Yeah, man. Great job, Brent and Spencer.
Yeah, nice job. That's fun.
And thanks again to everybody that's participating, voting on the forums, submitting, showing up. That's great, man. We love having you guys here.
All that stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
This one's called, this is funny. What's a power loop? It's fun.
Fly High says he's pretty sure it's just Blaze.
It's just Blaze?
Blaze. Oh, didn't we see this? Or is this just another video from the same spot?
This was posted onto the Discord yesterday at 10:30. So.
Okay. We've seen a video from this spot before.
So many power loops.
How many? How many?
Niggas, you ain't really got that. You be on the ground, you let bitches in your pockets. I've been standing ground since a nigga got a 10 toes. I won't buy shit and she won't leave cause I got 10 hoes. I've been out here moving, taking flights around the country. And my worried about me cause these niggas acting funny.
Yeah, Fly High saying this is smooth flying. It is smooth indeed.
They gon' be the one to take it from me. So in my head, it's just me and them leaving shit to pick up. It's all on me.
This is kind of interesting location. This kind of seems like it would be
Vegas?
Arizona-ish.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm flown at this place. Is this in Vegas? Does anyone know? I don't think it is.
It's all for the show. It's all so you can feel me. It's all for the dough. It's all for the family. It's all moving slow. I'm breaking down in the studio. Lock all the doors.
I like this track.
Just lock all my walls. This person I'm seeing, he can't take no more. The song's repeating. It's close to a close. The heart is a breathing. I know how this goes. So in my head, it's just me and them.
Oh, Blaze is in the chat.
What's up, Blaze?
He said yes, it's in Vegas.
I think I flew here. I think Jubal Spano, like, Wiz took me here years and years ago. Whoa!
Oh!
That's Jubal right there.
Was that a big catcher's mitt right there in the middle? I think that's a catcher's mitt. Yeah, that's a catcher's mitt. Doink. Got him.
All right.
Got him.
Yo, let's get
nice.
We're on this the fifth video we watched. I think it is. All right, so here we go. Gonna shorten the URL, and then we go here. Incoming on the chat. Boop, 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 boop.
Fly High is asking if you could land in the mitt. That'd be pretty sweet.
All right. So let's watch this again. All right, and I'm going to ask if Blaze is in the chat. Blaze, how do I say your name correctly? Is it Blaze? Is it Blaise? Is it Blaise?
Blaise.
I'll try to remember. But as Revo can attest, I can't remember.
This is what you cooking. She want this to work out. Damn, I just want to see you with a skirt down. Yeah. She said, put on walls, you gotta burn them down. I never trust her, so I gotta hit them.
Blaze. It's just Blaze.
Just Blaze? Okay.
Blaze. Well, we'll remember. You say you won't remember. We'll remember. Blaze.
Got it. Blaze. I'm just kidding. All right. So, this is my honest comment here, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way. It is very difficult at this point in FPV to make a freestyle video that really stands out. It's just really challenging because people are getting really good, and everything is getting stepped up. Video, image, editing, flying, all of it. It's like, it's mind-numbing, the sheer amount of volume of awesomeness happening. But I think that the one piece that would help you, Blaze, is, and you do it a bunch here, like, because you do a bunch of like power loops in a row, is how tight you're getting to everything. Like, that was okay, that was pretty tight, but it's obvious you know how to do the motions and movements, but it's the proximity, that's one, the proximity to things. Like there, you're probably like 3 feet off the bar. And I think that to make this many power loops super interesting would be like if you were staring at the bar going around it, you know, like a foot away or a foot and a half away. Yeah. That would, for me, I would be like, whoa, that's mind-numbing and awesome. And then I think the other thing is, what was the other thing? Oh, and just being like the crispiness of the movement, having a really locked-in feel. Because I see, like, and I'm trying to capture it, like a lot of swaying happening as you're coming out of tricks, and it doesn't look not controlled, but it doesn't have that very like crisp, like in control at all moments. Like even there, like you came out of the rewind and then there was a little bit of this, so that's like a super critical advanced comment. It's obvious you know how to fly drones, right, and know how to freestyle, but that would be my comment. It's just the crispness of the movement stopping exactly in place so that you're locked in for the next maneuver, next obstacle, etc. Sorry, I sucked in all of that time.
I think while I don't trying to figure out how I want to word this. I don't disagree with what you said. I think my thing kind of again, I can see it's very plain to see watching that Blaze knows how to fly a quad. He knows how to rip.
Yeah.
The one thing is for me watching it is just like seeing a little more variety. I just want a little more variety out of him in this case. It's a lot of forward moving, right? And I saw there was like one Matty flip type situation that would happen in there, or yeah, just not to be too kind of like granular on it, but just a little more variety on it.
I think the people want granular. I think they want the nitty gritty. When you're at Blaze's level, like Blaze, I would rip with you any day. Like I watch that and I'm like, yo, I can hang
with this dude.
I would love to hang out with Blaze, go to his spots and rip for a session or a day or whatever. Like I have no qualms about like you being a beginner or like not being fun, like me fishing your shit out of a tree for a whole session. So like take my comment with I think that you're looking for, hey, how do I get to the next level? Like how do my videos begin to differentiate themselves from other videos? I think also too, I appreciate the skill of a one pack, right? I get it. But in this particular scenario, I think that an edit, like the edit benefits the audience and allows you to control a little bit more of that story and really for you to highlight. And I get it. They're pain in the ass. Trust me, I get it. They are a pain in the ass to put together. But from an output standpoint,
some people think it's fun.
People who hate themselves.
How do you know? You're in my psyche. No.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, but the output, right? Like, it's worth the effort to take the best pieces and then tell like a short story with them and outline and really focus on some things. So it's, and again, who the fuck am I? I'm a whatever. I'm a guy who doesn't leave his house for weeks at a time. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But it's just food for thought. It's obvious you know how to rip. These are just some of my ideas for how do you get to the next level, so to speak.
Yeah. I guess going back to my comment a little bit with the variety, I mean, the whole video centered around that structure over the catcher's mitt and the walkway. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the limitations of that area, and I mean, I did see a dog walker there at one point, so I could understand why you might not be flying through the bridge there, right? Because there are people that use that walkway and whatnot. But it did look like there were some trees, and there might have been potential for some other gaps. Just like more use of the space, and then just, you know, I don't know, like juicy flick through a gap, or like flip through something, roll through something. Again, I'm just kind of coming back to the add some more variety in there. I know it's there. I know it's there within your abilities.
Yeah. Can I just
Yeah.
make a comment? And I think it's fair. I've never thought of this before, and I might be completely wrong, but I'm kind of thinking out loud. So I've had the opportunity, as has Dan, to fly, and I'm going to bounce this idea off Dan, to fly with some of the world's best pilots. Like,
Yeah.
that's a fair statement.
That's a fair statement.
We
Yeah.
have had the awesome, blessed opportunity to fly with some of the world's best pilots. I'm not saying that they think of me as an equal in any stretch of the imagination, but I've been able to be
I wouldn't
around
put myself
them.
there. Yeah.
I've been able to be around them, right? And to have smaller sessions where I get to kind of see their thought process. And I would say almost 9 out of 10, if not all 10, when they go to a spot and they're like, all right, I'm going to session here with whoever's here, there's an intentionality. Like, yes, there's a component, like there's usually a couple packs of like, yeah, I'm going to freestyle around and I'm just going to feel it out and just get a sense of the spot. But I'm almost sure that in the majority of them at some point, I've heard them say, I want to do this here and then try to go here in this other spot and then try another thing. Like, they might be flowing in between the big obstacles, but there's typically like an intentionality of, I'm trying to nail this specific thing in this spot and then move to another spot and then move to another spot. And I've noticed that with all of them. Like, and the reason I know that is because they've told me, hey, you should try like this thing that I came up with of doing this thing in this spot, and then you could hit this here and then this here. So maybe that's something that you want to incorporate in your own, where it's like, you know, be really intentional and see how that feels. I'm not saying that your whole session has to be that, but that's just something from like the really great pilots that, you know, are just kind of widely acclaimed. I've noticed that. Like, they have intentional.
I will say the one person that I've flown with a few times now that is kind of counter to that would be Slat. Slat is kind of all freestyle.
Sure.
Like, it's all in the moment. He might have an idea for something he wants to hit, but when I've flown with him, I can't recall there ever being a thing of like him trying something multiple times.
Sure.
So anyway,
yeah.
I think your point is valid. I'm not, and yeah. Anyway,
that's cool.
Let's get to the scoring.
All right, intentionality 4, speed 4, difficulty 4, variety 3, originality 3, production 3, je ne sais quoi. Oh yeah. It was good, but to be honest, the second time you did a basically repetitive power loop sequence, I would have clicked off it and missed the sicker stuff near the end. It's good feedback.
Yeah.
And I think that there's two ways to address that. You can make it into an edit rather than a one pack kind of thing, right? So you never get to the same power loop sequence, or move the from the end to the front. A couple of different ones. So Blaze, thank you very much for the submission. Let's give you a total.
Yeah, man.
4, 8, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22 out of 30.
Nice.
Nice job, Blaze.
That's solid, bro.
Solid.
Solid.
Fly with you any day, man.
Solid. Yeah, I hope to make it out to Vegas sometime and rip out there.
All right. Up next, FPVG has been selected.
Oh.
The G. Fresh into married life.
People out here telling me to take the shot, bro. I've been taking multiple shots tonight.
I don't stop taking shots ever.
I got me. This is
I got a problem.
What was it? So I'm drinking some High West.
Yeah.
Which I've shared with you before. Really nice stuff. I'm looking forward to sharing more whiskey with you at West Coast Throwdown next year.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we're figuring that out. How the family gets out there, sans the 30-hour drive. They're gonna experience one 30-hour drive, but maybe not two 30-hour drives.
Okay, I think I might have seen this. Yes, I have seen this. And I actually, I just purchased these GNB 6S lipos, 1100s. So I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to try 6S again.
So what motors are you gonna run?
So I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go through the rest of the stock of the Zings that I have, the 4S Zings, but just do the motor output limiting. I know it's not quite the same. But I know that I know in talking with certain people like PWX and ATEC, that was kind of their route too, because they all were slower to commit to the 6S thing. And now they swear by it. And I don't know. I think since the last time I tried 6S, my flying has changed pretty dramatically. So we'll see.
When I bought those lipos for the micro that Jinx gifted me, I had to increase. So RDQ has has raised their minimum on the free shipping, so I had to make up the difference. And I was gonna transition to 4S, back to 4S. Decided not to do that because I'm still flying out my gear now.
Yeah.
But I needed to make up the gap, so I ended up buying like 3 more 5S packs. So I guess I'm 5S still. I don't think I'm gonna make the transition yet.
Man,
I hear the storm.
PVG is so good.
Run.
This is such a deadly spot. Like, that's all metal I-beams.
Where is it? There it is.
And he's had so many close calls here.
Halfway point, so it's coming for sure.
All right, so that's 2.5 minutes. FPVG.
Flexo 3D makes a very good point. You could use 4S bells on 6S stators. This is very true. Very true. And I actually do have a shit ton of 6S motors that I'm sitting on that I got for free from Rampage. I got like 12 free motors from Rampage.
It was like anywhere you sit down, right next to you would be a set of 4. Everyone should go to Rampage. You get a lot of free stuff there.
Ooh, Fly High says that scaling your ESC wastes a lot of juice. It's less efficient. Interesting. Okay, well, I do have 6S motors. So what I might do is make a 6S rig. I might make 2 6S rigs and just cycle through those and see.
Well, how many of those G&Bs did you get? Like, how committed are you?
10.
Well, you're down. You're like, it's in. Your path.
Yeah, I made like a legit order of 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're locked in. Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you make 2? But see, how do you think that the motor choice might affect, your impressions of them? First impressions of going back to success, if you're not putting it on like a specifically chosen motor.
Well, I have success motors. I have some nice T-motor.
A T-motor. That's what I'm saying, because I know
success motors.
Freebies from an event, aren't usually the things that we would end up buying.
No, these are nice ones.
Are they
yeah.
nice? I don't remember.
Yeah, they're nice.
I gave
They're
them
nice.
All right.
They're nice.
So let's watch this again, and
Let's do it.
People go vote. Click on the link. You know the deal. FPVG, you're good.
All right, G. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna rewind just a little bit. I just want to see again here. Hold on. Yep.
I don't know if I knew that G was flying digital.
From T-Motor. It is 120.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had. It looked like he had the Digi camera, the DJI camera, FPV cam on the front.
Yeah.
So as noisy as it can possibly be.
FPVG is like F4 in that he's just so good.
Yeah.
It's kind of frustrating because I think I could have a pack like this one every 100. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just cutting it close.
And, I'm pretty impressed. T-Motor have told me that we should.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. All while he's.
When it's they're like. When it's.
I also got to make it across the pond to see
They're working on it.
FPVG and see some people that I know out there.
So, I think that this is yeah, obviously FPVG is impressive, right? He knows how to fly a drone, but I think that this is his first impressions on the GNB lipos, and what's different about this versus some of the other stuff we watched is, and it's a really subtle thing, and Dan, you could probably see it too, but for the audiences, what I see is, especially in the first like 30-40 seconds, he was doing a lot of like looking at the structure, like coming out of it and then floating, looking at it and figuring out where he was going to go next. And that's more indicative of like, oh, I'm feeling out the lipo, I'm feeling out a piece of gear.
Yeah.
Whereas like some of the other more edited stuff that he's done that isn't like first impression videos is very like driving to the next, like it's always so fast and it's always moving into the next obstacle. So there's definitely a feeling here of like this is getting an impression of a piece of gear.
Yeah, I think that's actually fair. I mean, I think that's exactly the intention of what this is, right?
Now that move right there, like that whole sequence right there, that's just hard as shit. I mean, like it doesn't. It's just technically very complicated stuff.
If we were to rewind a minute there was a whole string of stuff in there that was like.
Yeah, FPVG's baseline, like let me feel out a piece of gear, is like my fully warmed up, having a great day, all stars aligned. I'm invincible. You know, like
Oh, battery's done.
this is his first pack versus my like 40th pack.
Listen, yeah, everybody's got a different baseline. Everyone's got a different baseline.
Right in my screen.
FPVG is just amazing. So, anyway,
It'd be cool to get
Anyway.
FPVG and F-Core, and like A-Tech into like a session.
well, that's
just-
interesting.
You know, like having those three like with their styles. Like I would love
That's
to see how they
super
feed,
interesting.
how they
Well,
feed off each other.
I want to hear your, because I feel like FPVG and F-Core are a little more alike in terms
Mhm.
of flight styles. Not that they are alike, but they're more alike,
Mhm.
right? But then A-Tech I feel like is
Mhm.
pretty different. But so what makes you want to link the three of them together?
So, yeah, there's obvious like I know that I'm cognizant that FPVG and F-Core are more similar in style in terms of like it's high rate kind of movement,
Mm-hmm.
and very kind of like roll movement, and like very stacked. Whereas A-Tech is, it's I would define A-Tech style as like speed. It is balls to the walls fast. And that is the part that I also think that F-Core and FPVG have, which is they fly really fast. Like they're flying pretty they're moving at a very fast rate. And I know that when people get around A-Tech, if they haven't flown around A-Tech, people tend to start flying faster.
A-Tech flies so fast.
And it just starts to bleed off of him. And I think that the dynamic, and he's so cool. He's super chill. That's the other part. Is like
That's not what his
dog and
ESCs would say.
What's that?
That's not what his ESCs would say.
Yeah, but yeah, I like talk about a guy who has like really great eyes for lines and finding interesting transitions from obstacle to obstacle. I think that the synergy of like how A-Tech approaches flying and approaches the spot, and how, because okay, with FPVG's video that we just saw, really impressive flying, but it's very linear, right? Like it was all, I'm looking at the building in one kind of direction and I'm floating out and I'm linear and coming back in, and it's kind of like I've maintained a line. Obviously there's slight deviations, but we never really saw the building get like shifted on an axis somehow. Whereas I'm thinking about that one time we were flying with A-Tech, and he was like, yo, it was at that place that had, you run along the wall, you hop the driveway, and then there was the tree gap against. And I was like, dude, I never would have spotted. I would never have put that together.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is he flies with so much speed, like he sees things at a different rate, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, also to be fair, this spot is very obvious as to what the flight lines are, right? I mean, there is very obvious flight lines that are easy to follow, and yeah, I see what you're saying.
and we're only seeing like trying out new lipo pack. Like this is like the first pack FPVG flew. I bet you if we were to go to the last piece of the video where he does like the more edit like kind of piece, it would be like, you know, super dialed in.
All right, let's take a look at the score
All
for
right.
Mr. G.
All right, so intentional. Hold on one second. So, just checking. Is it? Later, Danish.
Have a good night, Danish.
I can't tell if this is. Did I give the right one? Shit. I think I did. All right. I'm just going to roll with it. I think this is the right one. All right. So 3 responses. Intentionality 4, speed 5, difficulty 5, variety 4, originality 4, production 4, je ne sais quoi. Oh, yeah. And sick, and the motors sound happy. Total score for FPVG. G, always good to hear from you. 4, 9, 14, 18, 22, 26, 27 out of 30. Nice job,
Hell yeah.
FPVG.
A little bit of an appreciation thing. FPVG came on our live stream.
Yeah.
The man went to bed, woke up like
So weird.
5 hours later
So crazy.
just to be on our live stream. Dude is awesome. He's a great pilot. Really nice guy. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for FPVG.
2 thumbs, FPVG.
Yeah.
4 thumbs. All right, up next. Carbon Cage FPV has been selected.
Oh, from the upside down.
Carbon Cage FPV. Finding your link in the Discord server. Here we go.
Let's do it.
This one's called Chasing Planes with a Drone. Cams. Team Fly High. All right. Nope, that's not the link. Hang on 1 second. Sorry. Cancel that shite. Like this.
Ooh.
This.
I'd like to hear if other people have like the way you put 3 pilots together. Like what would be the dream team? Like the 3 pilot dream team if you had one. What would that be?
Yeah, this is the three pilot. What's up, Erod?
Oh, Erod, what's up, Erod?
The 3 pilots that you think would make for a very interesting session to witness.
And I would call this based on flight style alone. So we're not trying to seat wedding tables right now. You know what I mean? You're not trying to figure out who's going to get along with who. Cage is 6 years old. Says Fly Eye. I would like to fly. You know what I really want to do? I really want to fly a wing. An FPV wing.
Your teammate, man, he spent the one time I had a chance to fly with
Falcon X?
Yeah, like more than half the time he was flying his wing.
Yeah, he was ripping wings. This is, ooh, nice. This is a very hard thing to do. Chasing anything is very hard.
I think the challenge with chasing RC aircraft is they naturally move so much faster than a quad.
And, yeah. I mean, yeah, depending on the craft, right? But like,
yeah, like those
yeah,
styrofoam 3D ones that they typically stay in place. I've had some good luck, but with a rig like this, like
it moves.
And it's sometimes very difficult for the pilot of the RC aircraft to fly slow enough to get good footage. Is that a cover of the Danger Zone? Is it? Or is this
Yeah,
the
that's
original?
a
cover,
that's a
right?
cover.
Yeah.
That's a cover. Yeah, All right, let's get that voting form in the chat.
All right, here we go. I hit this, I hit this, I hit this, I hit copy. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop.
Goldfinger Operator in the chat. He listed his 3. Dan Z, Jinx, and DadBod.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. Well, I was asking GFO like when the next micro whoop thing was, because I have a whoop now.
And I told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, so the chances of Dan Z, Jinx, and DadBodDadBod getting together are now Sarah. No,
Sarah.
like when's the next time I can fly my little whoop that Jinx hooked me up with? Let me know. All right,
Yeah.
so voting form's out there.
In the chat, yep. So let's go ahead. Let's play it again from the top. From the tippy top in Carbon Cage. I have thoughts.
All right, what are your thoughts?
So here's what I will say. I feel like most people pick a song. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to bet that Carbon Cage flew this thing, right? And he was like, "Oh, Highway to the Danger Zone. That'll be a perfect song to put with it." And then he found his version of Highway to the Danger Zone, and he saw that it was a 3.5 minute long thing. And so he put, like, the song was 3.5 minutes long, so he put together a 3.5 minute long video. I don't know why this is freezing. You don't have to do the full 3.5 minutes. You wanna make sure that your viewers are going to be engaged the whole time. So, I mean, I know we have kind of like a number that we've come up with multiple times before, which is about 2 to 2.5 minutes. I feel like that is generally a good number, but even then, for the 2.5 minutes, you need to have a lot of, like, fire in there. You know what I mean? So in watching this and just being, like, very critical about it, I watched this and I feel like you have a minute's worth of, like, really good content in here.
So,
and I would take, like, in the edit process, I would look at it.
Ooh.
And I would find, like, that was super sick.
Yeah.
I always, when I'm cutting stuff together, I always do run through everything and I get my select sequence. And I pull all my best bits together. And I delete everything else. And I look at how much footage I have there. And then from the best bits, I then go through and figure out what the best of the best bits are. And then I from there try to make my video. And I think for something like this, when you're chasing something, you always want to be as close as possible to get the most dynamic and interesting footage. Because otherwise, when you're very far away, you're mostly just looking at a lot of feet.
I think, yeah, especially when, so I've realized in this moment that for many FPV pilots, editing a video is literally a skill that they had to learn because they started doing FPV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
yeah,
and that's why FPV is such a weird, FPV freestyle is such a weird hobby because it requires so many other hobbies or interests. And so, if you're going down the path of like, hey, I want to make the best video I can, I think, especially if you're new to editing of any sort, music, video, commercial, blah, 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 you're going to find that getting rid of stuff is the hardest part because you just had a great day, you know, flying and having an experience that makes you feel great and you want to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm getting from this day. Like, you had an awesome time. So
Absolutely.
kudos there, because you communicated that across. Great day, beautiful weather, awesome planes. You did some pretty great chasing of these pretty big rigs, and the RC pilots were great as well.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you take that and then distill it down into a package that truly communicates that? Like, that's the magic, and you know, like, that's a whole skill set in of its own. And I can't tell you how to do that, because, you know, I'm not great at editing by any means. But what I can tell you is that of the footage within the 2.5 minutes we watched, there was 2 sections that really stuck out to me on the second watch through. One was that part where, I don't know what the movement is called, but the RC airplane is kind of doing one of these things, right? And then, like, it swings right by you because you get so
that
close.
Was really cool. Yeah,
that was so much fun to watch. And I personally also enjoyed the takeoff of the same aircraft as it was taking off, and he pulls up and then he inverts. Like, that one was really cool because it was like, oh, we get to see it because you're not moving around in an axis, like it's chase, and I get to appreciate. And the other thing too is, I did a chase video and I sent the footage over to a buddy, and of course, like, he puts it on YouTube and he puts that song, like, not that rendition, but it's such a like iconic song, because we all love Top Gun, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, being cognizant of, like, if you watch the Top Gun trailer or any of the Top Gun videos that were cut to that song from the movie, like, there's a formula, you know, like, there's B-roll and they're looking at the planes and there's people, and like, I think that song is so loaded with a feel from the audience. You have to be aware that, like, you're now competing against this super iconic movie, you know, because you use that song. So I get why everyone uses it, right? Because it's fucking awesome.
I was 1,000% thinking the same thing. It's like, if you use Highway to the Danger Zone,
it's a tough song.
You have to compete with Top Gun. You have to be better than Top Gun.
Yeah. You got to spin it on Top Gun with that song. That's more just like the audience perspective that you never thought existed when you chose that song. Like, that's out there, man. So I enjoyed the video. Don't get me wrong, but man, that is some loaded, like, you know, connotation there. On a side note,
so funny.
On a side note, I'm trying to think of a T-shirt that would be like Top Gun, Star Wars, but I can't think of a third one of, like, the movies that all FPV pilots saw as a kid that made them want to fly. I can't think of a third one to, like, complete the T-shirt, but it would be like Star Wars, Top Gun, something else, and that would be the
Iron Eagle. I saw there was one that was called, like, Remote or Remote Control or something like that, and it was a version of Home Alone, except the Kevin McAllister character, all his creations were, like, RC controlled. Do you remember this movie? Did you see this when you were younger?
No.
There's a movie, it was called, I want to say it was called, like, Remote Controlled or something like that. And I remember thinking that was so cool that he was...
Fly High FPV, he's doubling down. He's saying he's 6. Is Carbon Cage literally 6 years old?
No, Carbon Cage isn't 6. He's not 6. Is he 6?
Because I'll take back everything I said, and I'll just be, like, in awe of that a kid who's
Nah, man,
six.
we gotta be twice as hard on him if he's 6.
Yeah, if he wants to
If
get
he's
to the
6,
big leagues,
fuck him.
yeah, he's a year behind, and he needs to understand all the cultural connotations of all the
Yeah.
decisions he's making.
Yeah. No.
There's
You
no way
don't
he's
get a
6.
pass because you're 6. You get it twice as hard. He is 6. Carbon Cage is 6.
Bro,
What?
that's so that's so impressive.
That's way impressive.
That's so impressive. But there's
His
no way
dad
he could,
edits and supports him.
Hey,
Okay. Well,
so
listen.
the constructive criticism,
The constructive criticism's still
it
there.
still stands. Care.
His
How old you
flying's
are.
good.
Yeah, flying's great.
Yeah, flying's good. Well then if his dad is editing the videos together, then the comments are still there, right? You don't have to, if you only have about like a minute's worth of solid footage, you don't have to just fill the space of a whole 3-minute and 30-second song. You can cut that song down to a minute, you know.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that Cage is 8, right? So he's 8.
6.
Well, he says it's 8. I don't know. Fly, get your story straight. But like, if Cage is 6 or 8, right? I'm impressed, and I think that there's a great opportunity to take 3.5 minutes, distill it down into 1 minute 15, 1.5, and the impact of like, holy banana balls. This is a 6, maybe 8, maybe 50-year-old pilot, like, would blow me away even more.
Yeah.
Like the exponent, like, impact of calling it down, right?
Yeah.
And really getting super dialed. Wait, Austin Inspired said, I beat him in the bot battles you won, Dan Z, and felt awful. So Austin Inspired beat up Carbon Cage.
Austin Inspired beat up a 6-year-old.
That's
fucked.
like... All of you.
Oh man,
Fucking just.
that's awesome. I didn't know that he was 6. I knew he was a kid. I just didn't know he was that young. I thought he was more like 10 years old or something, which is a giant leap developmentally.
Yeah.
Between 6 and 10, that's a different human being.
Yeah. At 6, you're not responsible for the cultural connotations of the songs you choose. At 10, you damn sure are. So get it together, people. Let's give him the score.
Let's do it.
It's only 2 responses.
Let's do
That
it.
was by far my favorite commentary of the night. That whole section right there.
That's fun.
Intent to like 3.5, speed 3.5, difficulty 4, variety 3, originality 3.5, production 4, je ne sais quoi. Oh yeah. Just got to get closer. Hard as hell because they're so fast. Love the close up with the flat spins. That's what it's called. I could see you wanting to do the barrel roll with him, but just had the idea too late. I think too, and it's gonna be really hard for a 4-year-old to do this. Just kidding, he's 6 or maybe 8. Is like you could ask, because I've been asked to, I've asked RC pilots to film, and they totally dig when you're like, hey, can you do that one move again? Because I have an idea. You know? Because now they have like this really captive audience capturing the drone, and you can ask them to do a barrel roll if you want to do a chasing barrel, or you go, hey, can you do that flat spin again? Because I want to come down at it. Like, if you know, but I don't know. I think that'd be very daunting for a 6-year-old to be like, hey, can you do that flat spin again? Like, that's not even in the realm of possibility. But yeah, for all of you adults out there.
There is some really fantastic chat going on right now.
I know. I'm just like looking over.
A-Tech coming in. His ears must have been burning after you talked about FPVG, F-Core, and A-Tech flying together.
That's the threesome that I want to see. Gross. Hodge.
We're going off the rails here.
Dude, these are golden comments. Stop paying attention to us and pay attention to the chat. These are great. A-Tech coming in with some fire. All right. Let's give the total for Carbon Cage.
Let's do it.
3.5, 7, 11, 14, 17.5. Oh my gosh. 21.5, 22.5. Solid,
Nice.
Solid. Keep it up, Carbon Cage.
Brent and Spencer shouting out the fact that they're the upside down version of Brent and Spencer.
Oh, is that? I didn't get the upside down comment at all, and now I
Well,
get
they're in Australia, so they're on lower half of the
now I get
of
it,
the
yeah.
equator. They're upside down.
Yeah.
They all live
Oh,
in
hey,
an
Tech,
upside
he
down.
doesn't know what I'm talking about with the threesome. Yeah. Sorry, dude. That's gross. I mean, it's fine. It's not. I don't need to be judgmental.
Go back to the
No.
FPVG section when we watch FPVG's video.
Yeah, and it all makes
You'll hear
sense.
all the talk about the threesome.
Let's see here. Up next, Flexo.
Flexo, let's see some
Flexo.
3D goodness.
Flexo. All right, here we go. Wait, is this a 30-day recap? Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
this appeals to me.
30-day recap.
Is he going back to the same spot, but with... Oh, is this a recap of the last 30 days? What?
What?
That was cool.
Ah!
Yeah, it gets weird.
They're trying to tell me I'm supposed to grow. The same people bending over, choking, overdosing. You could have learned your lesson before you dove your nose and all my
Flexo.
like you know an emotion. I came to bring it like it's back in the day. Ahead of my time though, cause I seen them pass it a day. But move a pronto, even though we passing the blade. Still on my grind, stacking paper, slowly packing the safe. I got it covered, man. I'm doing my
Yo.
motherfuckers hating, trying to ruin my game. But they've been doing me a favor when they're using my name. Just like a free labor working as a cruising.
Yo.
You ain't gonna see me trying to hop in his frogs and kill the music for the purpose of just stopping his charts. Cats and riders, they shopping at bars. And must have got it all on sale, cause what they dropping is hard. We get up, homie, I get up, I run my shit.
Oh, that's
Really,
cool.
I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't run me up so much, your shit. I ain't never had a clue, I shit get down. Homie, I get up, I run my shit. Really, I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't run me up so much, your shit. I ain't never had a clue, I shit get down. Man, I've been back in the flex. I'm on my rush shit. Know just what will happen next. I know moves from back in the jet. Been operator from the back in the flesh. I bring the real instead of trap. What up? I heard your music, you been putting on the action. Shut up. You signed but didn't do the
Dude.
rap. Put up. I beat your numbers in the pen and got your act cut up. Y'all ain't real, y'all ain't true. So tell me what the fuck is the thing that y'all do? Brag about a milli, but you really about to do the dumbest thing ever just to get
Dude.
cash shoes. And I'ma do what I feel like. Cause my dream now be merging with my real life. Got the steam, homie, yeah, for sure we still fly.
Yeah.
We still fly, motherfuckers know what's up.
Whoa!
Oh.
Really, I don't give
That was a cool pass.
Y'all don't run me up so much, your shit, man.
Whoa.
Never had a clue.
Ooh.
Get down, homie, I get up, I run my shit. Really, I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't run me up so much, your shit, man. Never had a clue. I shit, get down.
Yeah. There is so much to like there.
I agree. All right.
There's so much to like there.
Okay. The form is in the chat.
Yeah,
Watch that
get
again.
everybody get in there. Give my man Flexo some votes. Okay, dude, he's getting so much better.
I agree.
This was like way better than even the last video he posted from this spot. And the last video from this spot had a lot of like
Lots of
really
Yeah.
awesome stuff in it. This is way better than that. And I'll tell you what I'm really liking is the fact that, like, he's doing the 3D stuff here, right? But then he has those moments where he's shooting the gaps,
Yeah.
right? Flying underneath the trailer. That's really good.
I agree. Like, at this point, I'm pretty sure Flexo is pushing like the whole 3D freestyle. It's super cool. I did notice some things. So as you've gotten more technical, which is very appreciated, like I get it. It's getting more technical. You've also seemed to the overall pacing of the line, and let me just say, I noticed that you don't do it towards the end of the video, but like maybe the first half of the video it's a lot slower. Like you're kind of some dead stop, which is interesting, right? Because we don't see too much dead stop stuff. But aspirationally, because whenever we watch your videos, Flexo, it's always like aspirationally, right? Like what I love to see is just so smoothing out the lines, right? Like just getting that kind of smooth look, and then two, maybe a little bit more like with the technical, getting a little bit more like this. So Pass is phenomenal, right? That was phenomenal. I had no idea what happened there. Was awesome. But like earlier on the video, just a little bit more speed as you get more used to the technical flying that you're doing. It's super fun to watch. That was my favorite shot both times watching through, going through, inverting, flipping down, upside down, and then there's a gap at the very end. It's great. It's fun.
Yeah, and I'm seeing in the chat here, A-Tech was saying it, and Austin Inspired kind of echoed it. The fact that, like, I mean, they're calling it regular ripping or standard rippage or whatever. I would like to see Flexo incorporate a Matty flip, right? Like a standard, just regular Matty flip, and some trippy spins.
Yeah.
You know, and like, don't even let's start with regular standard Matty and trippy, and then somewhere along the line you could then switch into the 3D mode.
I think I said on the last time we watched the Flexo video, a lot of the fun for me derives from seeing the standard freestyle flying for a little bit, and then surprising me with. Because I'm like, oh yeah, that's a split S. Oh, that's a Matty flip. Oh, that's true. But like, if you do those and they look very standard, and then you do something that is completely impossible for a standard rig to do, like that's a lot of the fun for me. Where it's like, whoa, did not expect that. You know,
yeah.
And you did it here too. You did it in this video where like, whoa, did not expect that it could move like that. But yeah.
I gotta say, I think Flexo is one of the first people I've seen to fly proxy like this in 3D.
Yeah. I'm not scouring YouTube all the time for 3D FPV freestyle, but I've never seen. That's why I was saying.
I mean,
he's
when
pushing.
I've thought of 3D prior to this, it would be like Zoe FPV.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is beyond that at this point.
Yeah.
The next person, I know Marius FPV has like a video where he's doing 3D stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he does it like in a spangy way.
Yeah.
He doesn't do the proxy stuff. I really like the proxy stuff. So this was great. Let's see. What do the people have to say? What do the scores say?
5, speed 4, difficulty 5, variety 5, originality 5, production 4, genetic quad point. Oh yeah. And then fire. Keep it up, bud. So effing crazy. The stalls are awesome. I want to see the upside down go faster. The low passes are smooth AF. Flexo, you did all the things I wish every other 3D pilot would do when I watch them, and I love the standard flying mixed into the video. left room to improve for sure. I think the production on possible flip cut opportunities with various tricks will be fire. Love the technicality, and once it gets super dialed, people's minds will be blown. Flexo Ox Plumes, only 3D pilots I've ever really seen and loved. Ox Plumes is a 3D pilot too?
I've seen Ox Plumes do some 3D stuff.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think the other thing too that, because we're so blown away by the flying Flexo, I think that from a consumption standpoint, you may want to, like, it's really fun to watch, but I'm such a FPV freestyle nerd, and I think that the edit itself, I think there's probably some room for polish. And as you deliver on that polish, I think you'll get more, maybe a little more coverage. Because if Dan's saying that he's not really seeing anyone else fly proxy in this way, I think that's a really good sign for what you're doing. So
maybe there's someone out there. I see someone in the comments make mention of someone called McFlight, who, that's the first time I've ever heard that name. I'll have to check them out later, but yeah.
Nice. Let's give total to Flexo. 5.
Let's do it.
9, 14, 19, 24, 28, 29. Wow. Nice job.
I must be burning up because that was
nice job, Flexo.
Nice stuff, Flexo.
Definitely getting better.
Really good.
All right.
That was really good. I gotta say, that was really good.
Yeah, definitely getting better. It is awesome to see you get better.
Dude, from the first couple videos that we saw from him.
Yeah, bro.
This is such a large gap that he's covered. Really good stuff. Maddie's. The trippy spins thing would be nice, but Maddie's. Let's see some Maddie's in there. I think you could link some really good stuff with Maddie's.
All right. So this is the randomizer has selected Austin Inspired.
Austin Inspired. Let's do it.
And I got to make this my last video.
Let's do it. Yeah, you've been coughing up a lung this entire time.
Yeah, sorry, dudes. Did not mean to cough. I've been trying to manage the mute, but they're slipping through. So this one's called Raw Pack of Fire, Phantom Style, New Spot.
Let's do it. Phantom Style.
Are you doing, is this an ode to Phantom and how Phantom flies? That'd be interesting. If Phantom is on Team Relentless, so that would make sense.
I feel like Phantom is regularly flying schools.
That'd be funny if that was Phantom's thing. I only fly schools.
Oh.
We wanted it. Looked at it again.
Got some pin tuning needs to happen there. Get some vibrations happening. That wobble.
So in like a reverse Rubik's Cube. I mean,
Why don't the schools by us have all these sunshades?
The kids are never outside. It's too freaking cold 7 months out of the year.
Yeah, but Austin's in Tennessee, bro.
Tennessee's
I mean,
warmer than it is here.
I guess.
What is that? That's like an 8-hour drive, right? 6-hour drive? Yeah.
8 hours, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that gap. I like that gap. Ooh, there was something there.
Behind him?
Oh, he went back and got it. He knew. He knew. Doink. Alright, we're at the 250 mark
Oh,
here.
yeah. It's fun.
So we're
All right.
gonna pause that one. We're gonna pause that right there.
I'm gonna get. I have lots of comments. Like, not long comments, just little things, little things.
And look at how far Austin has come,
Oh yeah.
right? Remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
first handful of videos? I mean, when he first started posting, he was already ripping pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. Honestly, no. I'll be honest. I don't remember the first videos. It's just always kind of been good, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no! I do remember. It was at that like concrete thing, like the
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely got more technical. There's
All
definitely improvement here. So, you guys go vote. I'm gonna look at this and my first impression is, man, you going raw dog, no music. Okay.
Yeah. I have a
was
In
like, okay.
relation to that, I have a comment.
What's your?
So, okay, because we brought this up earlier about how Brent and Spencer, right? They had the video with only prop noise, motor noise, and we were talking about how either you have music or you something like Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele has commentary, right? There's the same thing happening here. So you have a little bit of commentary, but you barely have any while you're flying. And Steele is obvious like a personality, right? And I have the sense, I don't know the man, I have the sense that he's generally has a lot to say and is always talking, right? So if you're not talking a lot, or at least like a consistent amount, then music would be good.
Yeah, music just makes it easier to watch. So I'm just gonna call rapid fire what I'm saying. Like, I noticed that you're flying really far off the ground, and you didn't always used to do that. And I think that you're kind of getting to that stage, Austin, where you're definitely capable of very technical tricks, but don't forget about the space in between. And if you're 4 feet off the ground, think about it like from the big technical trick to the next big technical trick. If there's like 4 seconds of you flying from one spot to the next and you're not skimming the ground, the energy out of your video is just leaking out. Staying close to the ground allows us to feel speed, and like, you don't want to lose energy in the impact of the video because you're just transitioning. Like, use the transition. The second thing is you use a juicy flick to kind of fill in space. It's totally fine, and it's a good thing to do if you're trying to like maintain energy. But if your juicy flick is like 30 feet in the air, like, that's a bunch of like kind of energy. I hope you get what I'm saying when I say that. It's just like just getting punted out of your video, right? And so it's kind of one of those things that I would be, as you get more technical, when I started to get more technical, what happened to me was I started flying a lot slower, and I was bleeding energy out of my lines because I was going so slow, because it was all about getting from the next technical trick. It took me a long time to bring speed back into my flying. I don't even think I'm there yet, but like here, you know, 3 feet off the ground and stuff. So don't lose the fundamentals as you get more complex. I think is a very broad way of saying that. Watch out for kind of forgetting like all the other kind of tips and tricks.
Right.
Okay.
And then I did notice tune-wise, there is a bit of like a consistent bobble you had throughout that whole entire flight. I don't know how cold it is getting over there by you, but as the weather changes, the tune unfortunately has to change too.
All right. All right. So 3 responses: intentionality 3, speed 4, difficulty 4, variety 4, originality 3, production 3. Je ne sais quoi. Oh yeah. More time in post, and this could be really good. I think if you do stick cam, you need all the gimbals showing. Awesome trick inventory, but tune is a bit rough. Makes the viewing engagement hard. 1 pack is certainly a huge show of experience. Good job. All right. Intentional. Let's go total score. 3, 7, 11, 15, 18, 21, 22 out of 30. Austin, nice job. I appreciate it. Interesting. Keep progressing. It's crazy. All right. I think that about does me for the evening.
That'll wrap us up. Thank you to everyone that's been hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone that's been submitting. There was, dude, tonight was a good mixture of new pilots plus pilots that we've seen before. Pilots that we've been seeing that have been impressing.
So, again, thank you. I'll reiterate some of the asks. We are trying to figure out a way to offer scoring at the same time as watching a video, right? So you could do that in real time. And we've looked at all the other options like YouTube polls. None of that works. We even originally used Facebook because they had a better mechanism for doing that. But Facebook streaming, I think, sucked. So we want to stay on YouTube, but if anyone has ideas on how we can watch videos once, collect scores, and then just talk about it, I think that's something that we want to investigate. If you have any ideas, let us know. supercriticalfpv@gmail.com or comment on the video, whatever's easier for you. And then I think it's also fair to say, too, I'm going to put this out there, and we didn't discuss this, Dan. I hope you don't get mad at me. I think we're looking for a third person to join us, possibly. But there's requisites of like, you have to be familiar with how to run a live stream, like the software, because we missed 2 weeks ago just for life stuff. And then, obviously I'm under the weather, but I didn't want to miss another one. But we think being able to increase our on-screen presence might be helpful. So if there's anyone out there, right, that you guys know of that it's fun to watch, and their live stream, and you think they put on a good live stream and can do all the copy paste crap that we do, and Dan obviously does a great job in producing the live stream in real time. Like, point us in the direction. I'd love to kind of just get a better sense of like who's out there and doing stuff. I think that would allow us to be more consistent in making sure that even if someone gets sick, we can make sure that there's always a live stream. So some things to think about. We appreciate every single one of you and everyone watching. As always, Dan Z, good to talk to you again. It has been too long. Hopefully we get to see each other sooner rather than later and get to fly something.
Yep.
But
have a good night, everybody.
Peace out, everyone. Laters.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. You win.